everybody, and welcome to Date Me, Dammit, where I, Mac, and Annie, and Kit, these other two, all play dating sims. Right now we're playing Hatoful Boyfriend, which is the pigeon dating simulator.
Hold on, what was that about the unkillable horse?
Okay. Okay, so there's this party game, do you remember
called Just One.
Yeah. And the idea is it's like everybody goes around in turns, and the person whose turn it is to guess the word that round is basically they have to show a word that they don't know to everybody else at the table. Everybody else at the table has to come up with like one word that will make them think of the word they're trying to guess. So it's kind of like a Pictionary kind of taboo? I don't know. But
taboo kind of, yeah.
Yeah. And the trick is that if two people write down the same word, those are canceled out.
So for instance, like one time we were trying to get Key to guess lion. So I wrote tiger, but the problem was Annie and John wrote Mufasa and Oscar and Dan both wrote Simba. And so everything was canceled out but tiger. So that was the only clue key.
So she had to guess the word lion from tiger.
Yeah.
Now, at a different time, the word was cockroach.
Uh-huh.
I wrote unkillable.
Dan wrote resilient.
Yeah.
And I believe John and Oscar wrote like insect.
Yes, and those canceled
so that was
each other
canceled
out.
out.
And then Mackenzie decided to just do some galaxy brain shit.
Because I had earlier been talking with Key,
hold
who was guessing.
on. Should we explain your reasoning later? Or
we'll explain my reasoning later. Okay. I wrote the word horse.
So Key opens her eyes, looks at the words that she is supposed to guess, and it is resilient, unkillable horse. Eventually, she guesses unicorn?
Mackenzie, what was your galaxy brain shit?
So literally, like 3 hours beforehand, Key and I had been discussing how an NPC in our D&D game was a lot like Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher, and I'd been specifically talking about how this NPC had a horse, and I didn't know the horse's name. I was like, I bet it's Roach, like Geralt. And so I was like, well, obviously, if I write horse, Key will remember the last time she and I discussed horses.
Obviously, yes.
Obviously.
I was wrong.
You were incorrect.
Resilient, unkillable horse. Anyway, hi. We're here to play dating sims.
Yeah, we're here to play dating sims.
We have gone on a bit of a digression.
Kit still hasn't gotten to tell her story about
That's
kicking
fine.
a pigeon.
I did not kick the pigeon. I slapped the pigeon.
Oh, you slapped the pigeon. Sorry.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, my grade 12 class trip was to Europe. Specifically, we went to Greece and then France. So we get to Paris, and we did like a tour. Like, we landed in Paris, and then we took another flight to Greece, and then we came back to Paris, and then we did a bit of a road trip that was like Arras and Cannes, because I went to like a quasi-military school, so we were going to all like the World War I and II monuments. And then we get back to Paris, and like our first day in Paris, they're like, okay, we're turning you loose. So it was me
Smart.
and like a whole pack of like Canadian 17-year-olds wandering the streets of Paris, responsible for arranging our own meals and things. So me and a couple of friends end up... Yes.
Quick question in that.
Yes.
You are not from the part of Canada where it is understood that most people are going to speak French.
Very few of us spoke French. That is correct.
Perfect. And even then, the ones that spoke French probably would have been like, the people in France probably would have looked at the Canadians that spoke French with a look of thinly veiled disgust and walked
Well,
off.
that's how the French look at everybody. I don't take it personally.
Granted.
But yes, I had mastered excuse me, I'm sorry, and thank you. By
Which
the
is
time
all you
that I
really
left
need to
Paris,
know.
which
I'll
is
be
really
real.
all you need to know, especially if
Yeah.
you're Canadian.
Yeah, that's kind of that's the complete
or-
package.
That
Or
plus
if you
hand
look
gestures
vaguely
and cash
German
will
like I
go a
do.
long way. So we end up going to this grocery store and just loading up on a bunch of like little snackies and things. I think we had like the local equivalent of Baby Bell cheese and a bunch of other like, you know, biscuits and crackers and bits of bread and stuff like that. So we're sitting on the steps of the Palais Garnier, which is the this is why I wasn't sure if I told the story, because the Palais Garnier is like the opera house from Phantom of the Opera.
Well, it's a guarantee then you haven't told it on this show.
Yes. And here's what you need to know about the pigeons in France. They are f***ing enormous. Especially in Paris, they are enormous, and
they're all terrifying. They look like they've survived bar fights.
Yeah,
really?
they look like they were here when the Nazis marched into Paris.
Yeah,
like they look like they should be smoking cigarettes and telling you about the war. Yeah, they're fatter and they look like they've been through some shit.
On
like they're so inbred
that the pigeon.
Yeah, they've got like severe birth defects because they're also inbred, and also like they keep getting exposed to contaminants, so they're like mutated. Like one of the pigeons had like one actual foot, and then one just kind of like lump of flesh at the end of its leg.
Yeah, I think I saw that exact same one. Yeah, maybe there's just like 500 of them.
Yeah. Anyway, the pigeons got really aggressive with their lunch. So when one of them went for the cheese I was holding, I was just trying to shoo it away, but the pigeon wasn't fast enough, so I actually ended up smacking it away like 10 feet.
Wow.
And it gave me this look like it wasn't expecting me to do that.
Was it a backhand or was it with the palm?
It was with the palm.
Ooh.
Yeah. Which I feel is more of a power move than the backhand.
And honestly, I feel like that's something that we might actually do in this game, depending on the route.
Is slap a pigeon?
Probably. I mean, that seems like a dramatic anime thing to do, right?
It feels like it, yeah, but we're not talking like, a, oh, how dare you slap. We're talking about a get the fuck away from my cheese slap, which I feel is distinct.
I don't know. I mean, we do have one who's obsessed with pudding.
Speaking of which,
what team do we want to join?
Oh, library.
Okay.
Library?
Now,
okay.
I am going to give you a warning here.
Yes. That means we're going to be going with the bookish boy.
Oh, wait. Which one do we have to go with to date the guy whose Gajinka was just a pigeon?
Track team.
Track team it is.
I want you to know that as I'm tabbing through this, I'm looking for the pictures I took of the pigeons.
I also want to pay attention to our stats here.
Wisdom 1, Vitality 800, Charisma 5.
Yes.
Yep.
We are a hunter-gatherer.
Which class are we going to join?
I don't know.
Oh, I have another bird/Paris story.
Okay, but what class do you want to go to first?
Do we have a choice?
Yes. Math, gym, or music?
Does gym get us closer to that specific boy?
I don't remember,
I don't
honestly.
know.
In that
Probably.
case...
It would be funny for our vitality to be 801.
Yeah, let's get it to 801 and stop there. So I bought a stuffed pigeon in the Louvre.
Uh-huh.
Not a stuffed pigeon, it's a stuffed griffin vulture.
This is the one named Rippy, right?
Oh!
This is the one named Rippy. You guys may have met Rippy. I bought Rippy in the Louvre. There was one of the gift shops, and they had, like, among other stuffed animals in, like, the science shop, they had a griffin vulture, so I bought that. And they gave me a gift bag for him and everything, so I was carrying around this gift bag with, like, a vulture head sticking out of it, which was very good. And then that night, we go to the Eiffel Tower. And I have been awake for approximately 30 hours at this point. So I'm in a weird place, like mentally. It's 11 p.m. We get down from the Eiffel Tower, which, it's a tower. Congratulations. We get down from the Eiffel Tower, and we're hanging out, and we're waiting for our ride. And this guy comes over and hands me a rose. And I, in my exhausted state, almost cry with gratitude, and I say thank you. And he looks me in the eyes, and he says €2.
Yeah.
So I hand him the €2, and he goes away.
And this was an emotional connection that you made with another human being.
Yes, it was an emotional connection that I'd made with another human being, and then he said €2, and I gave him €2, and then he went away, and then I went to the hotel and slept for approximately 16 hours.
Are we doing the long distance or the sprint?
I feel like we are sprinters.
Yeah, if we're hunter-gatherers, we're probably definitely more a sprinter.
Hunter-gatherers are actually known for their long distance because their ability to not, stop moving while other animals stop.
You convinced me.
That's fair. Long distance, then.
That's our cave. This is where we live.
This is our home.
So we literally live in a cave. I thought you were joking.
Yeah.
No.
I should probably mention that the secret character that you can romance is a very small lesbian spice finch who rides like a Vespa.
Okay, I'm into that.
Who are we going to talk to?
San.
Yeah, obviously.
Ah.
What if he's not talking about, like, a Jell-O pudding cup? What if he's talking about blood pudding?
Are we just assuming nefarious purposes from everyone? Oh, it's 805.
Oh, well then.
Shall we attend math, gym, or music?
Math class, presumably we get to talk to Hot for teacher, which I don't think I want to.
No.
What about music class? I don't think we've been there yet.
No, we haven't.
Want to?
Let's do it.
So much thinking outside the box. I feel like I want to fly off the handle.
Boo! Or very brief bits of running, like baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Which is largely turn-based.
It's true.
Yes, that's why I like it. It's turn-based sports.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's polite and waits their turn, unless you're rude.
But also the rules are complex enough, but play out slowly enough so that some truly bonkers shit can happen.
And that's the best part about baseball is that it's really slow. So even if you go to a baseball stadium, you can still just like wander around and buy snacks and shit and not miss anything.
I'm assuming marathon because that's what San's in.
Yeah, that's what our boy is in the marathon.
Yeah, I think we need to go run with the pigeon.
To Flubber! But I can't see from here.
I mean, every time somebody's noted as running, you get the car revving sound. Brrr.
Interesting.
Gurry!
Hey!
This is because we weren't hot enough for teacher, isn't it?
I think it's because our wits are one.
Our wisdom is a bit shit.
Yeah.
What does wisdom have to do with math?
Who's Brian?
I
We'll
don't
see.
know.
The first intelligent pigeon crowned again.
Brian, the pigeon.
Brian.
You know Brian.
The
Brian.
most famous blogger.
Like Brian.
That's Brian, everybody.
Brian. that guy everyone knows, Brian.
There he is again, Brian.
Brian Pigeon.
Okay, I'm insulted that we don't call it Pigeon Google.
Why isn't it called Pigeon Google?
Adieu, Flubber.
Maybe Google is where all the humans are left.
Uh-oh.
You can't have our pudding boy.
It's time for us to pause at this dramatic moment as the handsome aristocrat birdie starts attacking our pudding boy.
Protect the pudding boy!
Thank you for listening to Date Me, Damn It. I'm Mac. This is Annie and Kit.
Hi.
You can find us every other Friday, generally released about noon PST. You can find out more information about us at www.crookedrussiancam.horse or .gay, depending on your mood. And
We also have .com, not that anybody cares.
No, we don't.
That's where
don't
losers
worry
go.
about that. That's where losers go. You can also find us at CRC Podcasts, that's plural, on Twitter. And we also do other things. Every other Saturday, we release an episode of Gym Jammer, which is a live actual play of D&D 5e set in the Spelljammer universe. We're either gay or bisexual disasters. There's nothing else that we are.
It's a cast full of gay.
It's a cast full of gay disaster. And every 5 weeks, we release what's called I Will Fight You, where we discuss pop culture. Most recent episodes, when this comes out, should be Alpha and Omega, I think.
Yes, probably.
If I'm wrong about that, just pretend that I'm not. But we discuss a really crappy wolf movie and discuss how Richard Rich needs to be stopped. And not Richie Rich, who you're probably thinking of.
No, not the little rich boy who's friends with Casper the Ghost.
Yeah, no, we're discussing the director who's awful.
He made the Swan
and
Princess.
Made Swan
movies.
Princess, yeah.
All 27 of them.
Yep,
There's
and he
so
needs to be
many.
stopped. He needs to be stopped.
Stop him,
That's
please.
all we're saying. Please, for us.
Nemesis of the show, Richard Rich.
Enemy of the show, Richard Rich.
Anyway, thank you for listening. We'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.